What is up, YouTube? We are back here yet again with another Doki accent music video. Part 3? Yeah, part 3. Let's just make sure. Okay. But yeah, so we're on part 3 here. We have had some deep shit already. I mean, last episode even we walked into Natsuki trying to kill herself, and then in the first episode we had Sayori trying to. So, yeah, we've been getting into some deep shit in this mod. This is a really deep mod, and I actually really love it, but we're just going to continue straight from where we left off, and yeah. I'm jerked awake by the sound of crying. Confused, I open my eyes and turn to look at Natsuki. She's clutching the sleeve of my shirt, holding me tighter than before. She's sobbing into my shirt ferociously. Natsuki, are you... I realize that she's still asleep. Sighing, I lament over Natsuki's nightmares. I'm almost certain they're related to her family, but... I give her a nudge to wake her up. As she seemingly begins to stir, I try to calm her. Natsuki, it's just a dream. You're okay. You're safe. Natsuki opens her eyes.
Fire demon? That was more than a dream. I watched my dad kill you. I watched him torture you for saving me. He kept telling me this was my punishment for leaving. Fire demon, you shouldn't have helped me. This was wrong. This is wrong. Why, fire demon? Why'd you have to get involved?
Hold on, give me a minute. I'm gonna actually do something to clear my voice. One sec. Alright, here we go, we're good.
Why'd you have to get involved? I can't let you do this.
Natsuki jerks away from me. Natsuki! Do you know the real reason I showed up at your house? I missed you. I missed reading with you. I missed reading your poems. And after the hospital, I knew something happened, and I had to make sure you were okay. I was worried sick for days. I felt I had to. I'd do anything to ensure your safety. I'd gladly be tortured if it meant you would be happy. Anything, Natsuki. Do you understand me? I'll do everything in my power to keep you safe. If my words right now aren't proving I mean it, maybe this will. I rise to my feet and walk to my room. I flick my light on and rifle through my bag. Ah, there it is. You. I don't know what's happened or where you've been. All I can think about is bruises on your skin. The blood on your nose dripped onto your clothes. The sight that broke my mind. For that moment I was frozen in time. I saw you. Broken, abused. I knew from there on I would save you. Day turned to night, you on my mind. I've been sick with worry. If I'm going to do something, I need to hurry. Text after text, call after call. The girl I cared most about is the one I couldn't save after all. I return to the bed. Natsuki turns to face me. I hand her my poem. Natsuki reads, wiping her eyes as she does so.
Fire demon!
Natsuki leaps from her bed and embraces me tightly. I return the gesture, wrapping my arms around her. We stay together for a while, her tears soaking through my shirt once again. After a few minutes, Natsuki eases her grip. I do as well, resting my hands on her waist, hers hanging from my neck. Natsuki lifts herself up onto her tippy toes and pecks me on the cheek.
I want to go back to sleep, but I want you to stay with me.
I nod wordlessly, and Natsuki gently escorts me to the bed. Lying my head on the pillow, she keeps her arms wrapped around me. We drift into the void of unconsciousness together. Thursday. Drearily stirring, I could tell from the snoring figure next to me that Natsuki is still asleep. I rubbed my eyes, struggling to open them. Reaching out to my bedside cabinet, I swiped my phone up and checked the time. Midday. There's no point in going to school today, we've already missed half the day. Besides, I don't think Natsuki would be up for it after last night's... well... I sit up and decide to head downstairs and make breakfast for the two of us. She'll appreciate the effort. I try to be as quiet as possible in an attempt to not wake her up while I slip out from underneath the duvet. I head to the kitchen and decide to make something quick and easy so I can bring it to her. Searching through my fridge, I find some bacon. I start mixing together some pancake batter after a short search for the ingredients. As I'm cooking, I hear a light knock on the door. Anxious about leaving the cooking food, I rush to answer. It's Sayori. Hey, Sayori, what are you doing here? I thought you'd be back at school. I step outside, closing the door behind me. I don't want her to know that Natsuki's here.
I was planning on it, but I just couldn't get out of bed this morning. Are you cooking? It smells really sweet.
Sayori peers through my window to see what I'm up to in the kitchen.
Natsuki?
Taking a look at myself, I see Natsuki tending to the breakfast.
Crap! I see what's going on, Fire Demon.
You do?
Yes! You two are making cupcakes again.
I can feel the sweat on my forehead beginning to bead. I'm so done for. Yeah, it's supposed to be a surprise for the club. Neither of us were expecting to see you, though. I give Sayori a weak smile in an attempt to reassure her.
Don't worry, Fairy Demon. Your secret will be safe with me. Well, since you're busy, I'll leave you two lovers be.
Okay, Sayori. See ya. As she's about to leave, I stop her momentarily. I was just wondering, you going to the club?
I guess, since I'm actually up, I might as well. Especially if you're bringing the cupcakes.
Yeah. Sayori leaves without another word. I return to the kitchen in a cold sweat, worrying about the false promise I gave to Sayori. Guess I'll have to convince Natsuki that we should cook a batch. She's nearly finished making our meal. Ah, the breakfast. It was supposed to be a surprise. I was gonna wake you up and have it all ready for you. And then Sayori knocked and
You could have burned the house down, you dummy! Look!
She points to the spatula. She points the spatula at a plate of charred pancakes.
I guess we're even now, huh? You saved me, and I saved our breakfast.
A part of me wants to scold her for her warped perception of what even meant, but another doesn't want to bring up the events of last night with her. I decide that I'll make a snide remark at most. Not quite. Maybe one day.
Maybe.
Natsuki is really something else outside of the club room. Maybe it's because she doesn't have to put on a show for the other club members. They always call her cute, though I can surely see why. I set the table and sit down next to Natsuki. At first she starts eating almost viciously, but quickly snaps out of it, remembering I'm in the room. How is it?
It's delicious.
She continues to scoff her breakfast down, albeit at a slightly slower pace. Once we're both finished, I take her plate from her and place it in the dishwasher for her.
So, do you wanna do anything today?
Well, I kind of promised Sayori that we'd make a batch of cupcakes for the club later. If you want to, then maybe we can set a few aside just for later? Natsuki immediately jumps from her chair, grabbing the apron draped over the oven handle.
Let's do it!
Before I can react, she's tearing through my cupboards and drawers looking for everything she needs, only occasionally stopping to ask where I keep certain utensils and ingredients.
Ready to help?
Of course. Hopefully I'll be more useful than last time.
You better be.
Natsuki playfully punches my shoulder. Ah!
Don't tell me that seriously hurt you. The door. Fire Demon, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot.
It's okay. It's only a bruise. You just caught me by surprise is all. I'm having an extremely hard time trying to play it off. That genuinely hurt. I forgot how much power her small frame can deliver. What do you want me to do first?
Well, I guess you could start preheating the oven to 350. I'll deal with the dry ingredients.
I do my small part and watch Natsuki get started. She's so precise with her movements. It's almost hypnotic. Natsuki catches me staring at her, completely spaced out.
Dummy.
What? I shake my head as I'm jerked back into the moment.
You were staring.
Oh, sorry. What next?
I've got everything ready to go besides the eggs. Could you crack them into this bowl for me while I set up the tray liners?
I grab an egg in each hand and crack both simultaneously.
Show off.
Yeah, so? What's the matter with me trying to show off for you?
Fire demon.
Ha! Finally got you.
Huh? What do you mean?
You get all embarrassed when I try to be sweet. Natsuki, you're adorable. Natsuki begins to prepare the cake batter.
Fire demon? Can we talk about last night?
As much as I want to fully understand what happened, maybe we should leave that for later.
Yeah. Okay.
Natsuki nods in agreement and returns to the batter. She quickly finishes mixing it and begins to distribute the batter evenly between the cups. I wash the beaters by hand and attach them to the mixer. I start to mix the icing. I should have done this last time.
And what? Leave me to mix all that batter by hand?
Yeah, well, you're stronger than you think. Natsuki huffs with an arrogant look on her face.
And don't you forget it!
The enticing smell of chocolate cupcakes began to seep from the oven. It's going to be difficult to not eat any on the way to the club. I drip blue food coloring into the icing. The timer rings and Natsuki opens the oven's doors. Immediately, my entire house is filled with the mouth-watering scent of Natsuki's baking. Oh my god. These ones smell even better than the last batch! Natsuki sets them on the rack to cool for a few minutes while I finish the icing.
Are you almost done? We have to get going soon.
I stop the mixer for a moment and plunge my finger into the cobalt sea of sugar. I raise my finger to my mouth. Natsuki grabs my wrist and pulls my arm away from my face. She scoops the icing off of my finger onto her own and promptly licks it off.
Hey! What? You expected me to put your finger in my mouth? That'd be gross.
Huh? You're only saying that because I did that to you.
Of course, that makes you gross.
I'm not gross. I can't help but crack a smile as I speak. It would be a lie if I said I didn't enjoy her teasing. It makes her so happy when she gets a reaction out of me, even if only a tiny one. Natsuki and I ice the cupcakes and get ready to leave. Quickly, I head up to my room and get changed into my school uniform. Natsuki, without her uniform, is forced to wear the clothes I gave her. Seeing as most of the teachers will have left by the time we arrive, she shouldn't end up getting into any trouble. I return to the kitchen for a moment to grab some tinfoil and cover the cupcakes with it to protect them. Natsuki notices and heads out the door. I follow. As we're walking down the street, Sayori calls out to us from her door.
Hey!
Natsuki grabs my arm, signaling for me to stop walking as Sayori catches up.
Ooh! I can smell those from my house. I can't wait!
There we go, okay. Natsuki, Sayori, and I make our way to the school. Sayori is acting quite normal considering what happened just a few days ago. Come to think of it, Natsuki is too. Perhaps they wouldn't like to dwell on dark times. I don't blame them. I just can't help but be reminded of their traumatic events. Within a few minutes, we arrive at school. Only the last few students trickle out from the doors as it's the end of the school day. The three of us make our way to the club room, being careful not to drop the cupcakes. I set the cupcakes down on the desk near the door.
Hey, Yuri. Hey, Yuri.
Sayori runs up to Yuri and gives her a hug. If you couldn't tell, my voice is very, very, very weird and, like, not working today. Sayori. Sorry, you startled me. Where have you two been? Not feeling well?
Yeah, I wasn't feeling so good the past few days. I was really sick. Me too.
Well, I'm glad you two are back now, and healthy.
Yeah.
But Natsuki, where's your uniform?
It was dirty and I didn't have time to wash it.
But you'll get into all sorts of trouble with the teachers if they see you out of uniform.
Oh, well, that's why I skipped the rest of the school day.
Yuri stares down Natsuki doubtfully. Instead of calling her out, though, she changes the subject. By the way, I have a surprise for you all.
Ooh! What is it?
It's a surprise for a reason, Sayori. Just wait a moment, I'll show you all when Monica arrives.
Fire Demon and I decided, since I was feeling better, that we should make some cupcakes. I've already missed the majority of classes this week, so what's one more day? Especially if it means I get to bake.
Natsuki retrieves the box of cupcakes and lifts up the foil, showing off her handiwork. Such a deep shade of blue. They look delectable.
Thanks.
Oh god, okay. I'll cut that out of the video.
I can't wait! I'm starving! Not me, I'm stuffed! What do you mean? When I went over to Fire Demon's house to bake, he'd made me breakfast. Aw, Fire Demon, you're so sweet.
Thanks, Sayori.
I'm actually kind of thirsty, actually. I'll be back in a second.
Sayori walks out of the club room, turning toward the fountain down the hall. Mere moments later, Monica walks into the club room from the other door. Hi, Monica.
Wow, looks like everyone bothered to show up today.
Natsuki bites her tongue. Yuri buries her head into her novel again. I'm left standing alone, fidgeting with my hands. Yeah, I guess.
About time.
She still seems pretty upset about the festival. I hope maybe our cupcakes will be a sufficient peace offering. Sayori returns, carton of apple juice in hand.
Hey, Moni.
Hi, Sayori.
What happened on Monday? Were you sick? Yeah. Fire Demon had to take me to the hospital. Fire Demon? I thought you said it was a family emergency.
It was! Kinda. I've known her for ages. She's basically like family to me at this point. Besides, I've never seen her like that. I felt like I had to make sure that she was gonna be okay.
And what about you, Natsuki? What's your excuse? I was sick too! And don't call it an excuse like you don't believe us or something. No, I do. It just isn't a good enough reason to have ruined the festival.
I should have guessed that she was still up in arms about the festival.
Of course. I mean, unless you were nearly dying, then I'd certainly understand. And since you're both here, I take it that wasn't the case. Whatever. Just don't miss important days like that again, or there will be consequences.
In an effort to break the hostile mood that Monica was causing, Yuri clears her throat. I have something for you all. Yuri lifts her bag onto the desk and unpacks a new tea set. It's not much, but I thought it'd be nice to share. The new set has 5 cups. One for each of us. Each one has one of our names painted on it in a different color.
Ooh!
The new teapot has Literature Club written in script along the middle on each side.
Thanks, Yuri! This looks so... elegant.
So thank you.
And the cups are a little bigger. Thanks, Yuri!
This must have taken quite some preparation. Thanks. Yuri, clearly uncomfortable with the amount of attention being given to her, turns towards Monica, who hasn't said a word.
Oh, good job, Yuri.
Could she have sounded any more monotone? Yuri politely nods and retreats back to her novel. Sayori is writing something down. I can't make out what it is, but it looks to be a poem.
Hey, fire demon, come on!
Natsuki, dragging me by the arm, pushes me down under the windowsill. She grabs the next volume of Parfait Girls from her set, replacing the volume from last night to its rightful spot. We sit and read this volume in silence, besides the occasional giggle from Natsuki. Alright, well that's probably going to do it for this episode of Doki Doki Exit Music. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. If you guys did, please remember, always hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a ton, helps support the channel, and it's completely free. You can always change your mind later. But with that, I'm going to leave that episode here. Peace out.